All right, let's go out to NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana, and talk to Matt. What's up, Matt? Matt, you there?
Hey, Dr. John, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Oh, not too much. All right, so I'll get right into it. I need any kind of advice you can offer on how to address the issue of my daughter's mother allowing her access to a smartphone. So I can fill that in a little bit more if you need.
Yes, it sounds like the way you said my daughter's mother, it sounds like y'all aren't married.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're divorced.
Okay.
My daughter is 12. We share custody. And aside from this one massive issue, we seem to be pretty on the same page as far as our daughter goes, except for this really one issue. And I've tried every kind of conceivable approach that I could think of to try to talk with her about it, explained all of the potential dangers and consequences of letting a 12-year-old have unfettered access to a smartphone. There's even been 2 incidents that it's already caused, one of which was more of a discipline incident, but the second one was pretty serious scare where our daughter was potentially in some serious danger if I hadn't caught it. And I don't know, nothing seems to work to try to get through to her, and I'm just looking for
what's her excuse, man? What is her response when you give her all this info?
The most recent one, because the most recent one was just her behavior was good and she earned it back. So after the major scare, we agreed to a compromise where I did plenty of homework and found a kid-safe phone with some sufficiently robust safety features that I was satisfied with, and she used that for a while, and then a couple of weeks ago I found out she just let her have the smartphone back. And when I asked her about it, she said, "Oh well, her behavior in school was good, and so she earned it."
So here's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a woman who is so desperate for her kid's approval and so desperate for her kid to like her and so desperate to avoid confrontation with a 12-year-old that she's willing to sacrifice her psychological well-being, her emotional well-being, her body image, and her physical and psychological safety.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention any future employer who happens to get a written record of idiotic things that 12 and 13 and 14 and 15 and 16-year-olds say and photos they take of themselves to boys who are like, please, 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 please. She would prefer to be cool and prefer to be liked.
You hit it right on the head.
So listen, all of the data in the world doesn't matter. Look, man, many people could solve type 2 diabetes in 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. Millions and millions of people could lower their risk of lung cancer by quitting smoking. They don't. You're not dealing with an information deprivation. You're dealing with a very insecure adult who's allowing her 12-year-old daughter to prop up her emotional regulation.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that for you.
Yeah.
So I would stop going to war with my ex-wife because there's no one wins this.
Yeah.
I would do the best I could to put those little I Spy apps, I don't know what they're all called, where you can see where your daughter's going maybe. But that's a losing proposition. Kids are just too smart.
Oh, I fully understand that one.
And I'll also say this. My son, most of his friends have phones.
Yeah.
And when they come to our house, we don't allow kids to have phones. And there's this really rad thing. All the parents are all in. All of them. When they walk into our house, they hand my wife their smartphone. And my wife just keeps it. And tells all the parents, if you all need one of your kids, text me and I'll get them. And the parents love it. And you know who else loves it? The kids love it. So when she's at mom's house, she's got her phone. She's at your house, there is no phones. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And she will kick and scream because those things are so addictive, and they are their lifeline to their friend communities, and they are their lifeline to everything. And the parents are the adult world has failed these kids. But that's where we are. And so just prepare for her to be mad, but she's not mad at you. She's mad that her body's screaming at her because you've cut off her supply.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
And by the way, when she's over with you, you're going to put your phone away too.
Absolutely.
I hate this for you, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I think it goes without saying that my biggest fear is that it's going to take something massive happening before, the realization hits that, this is a bad idea.
I actually don't think that would solve it. Because you can look at the child predator numbers in this country and the sex trafficking numbers in this country and how quick predators just swarm like ants to chat rooms with 12 and 13 and 14-year-old girls. Doesn't matter. Parents don't care. They still hand their kids a phone. It's insane. It's insane.
Absolutely. I work. I deal with that in my line of work, so I'm very familiar with all of it.
Yeah.
Man. Okay.
Yeah. There's not a thing, man. There's just. I mean, your daughter could get. I don't want to put things out into the universe. Your daughter could get way over her head.
Yeah.
And she would have the phone back in 4 months.
Well, that's
3 months.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. I mean,
what did she do, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, she was in serious danger of getting groomed. She was talking. I caught her talking to some stranger that she met online that claimed to be a boy her age, but you know how that works.
Yep.
Fortunately, she didn't send any kind of inappropriate pictures or anything like that. But
this time,
I mean, there was classic groomer style language, and there were pictures that were sent to her of supposedly the person she was talking to. That was pictures of a young boy. But I mean, you know how that works.
Yeah, but here's the thing: already stamped inside of her. Already stamped on the inside of her chest, right by her heart, is how alive she felt when that fake boy was telling her how pretty she was and how smart she was. And there will come a moment when she's 16 that she goes chasing that again.
Yeah.
And she might not send photos when she's 12, but she's 16, it's a different game. She's 17, it's a different game. She's 18, that's a different game. And moms and dads, if you think I'm playing, I've just done too many sexual assault investigations at the university level. I've sat with too many young college students who explained to me what happened to them in high school. I'm telling you, and you keep doing it anyway, Dude, now you got me all fired up, Matt.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, I deal with it almost every day in my line of work. I deal with, that kind of stuff. So I'm well familiar with all of it. And so that's why that's my biggest fear.
So here's the workaround. There's not a workaround. Here's the reality that you have to choose to live into, okay?
Okay.
It means sitting down with your 12-year-old daughter and being incredibly explicit. If somebody asks you to take a picture of yourself, don't. And please let a grown-up know. And if you don't trust me and you don't trust your mom, trust Miss So-and-so. I actually told my daughter the other day, I have kind of I don't want to say frequent, but a quiet check-in, just as using professional skills. I just happen to be her dad. But I said, and you remember, if you don't want to tell me and mom, you can tell Miss Beth, you can tell Miss Rachel. And my daughter said, Dad, I know. But I think you sit down and be very clear about, hey, honey, I deal with my job. Old men trick young girls into sending pictures of them without their shirts on, without their clothes on. And it feels scary, and it feels exciting, and it feels a little bit dangerous. And it's really, really scary. Never. Even if you know that's your boyfriend on the other line, he can screenshot that photo, maybe show her an example of a screenshot, and he'll have it to show his friends forever. Never do that. Please never do that. And I think you have to get very, very explicit. Obviously, she's 12, so be age appropriate. Don't be a weirdo. But I think that explicitness moves up. It becomes increasingly more direct as she gets older. as she heads to 8th grade and high school and beyond. But dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your wife's not like, no way, I didn't know that. She knows. She knows. She's too insecure to look at her 12-year-old daughter and say, I'm your mom and I love you so much. I refuse to open the hounds of hell inside your house and inside your bedroom and inside your head. I'm not going to do it. My job's to protect you. Instead, she handed her a phone and said, here's every creeper in the world on planet Earth. Best of luck to you. Unbelievable, man. Sorry, Matt. Sorry.